This is the Plus 44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What was that all about?
I'm Sideman.
Music culture.
UK. This is Plus 44 from Amazon Music.
Music.
It is time to introduce our guest for today. Make some noise for Western! All right. We got the whole gang here with us, so let's get straight into it. The new mixtape, Western Season 3, dropped on September the 22nd, and you had Billboard set up for a sick rollout campaign, and then later that same day, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth tragically passed. Talk to us about that day. What was that day like?
First of all, introduce yourselves, because this is worldwide, you know.
Yeah.
There's bare people listening to this.
Well, go on, world. You good?
What up, world?
You go by the name of Western. My name's
What up,
Ray.
world? Highly. Akel.
You don't know
Alright.
already.
Sorry, back to the Queen.
Yes, so no,
Sorry.
back to the Queen passing.
We was actually live.
No.
He was doing a live stream.
With Alhan,
Yeah.
the king of not taking things seriously.
Oh my God. So that's what we were scared of. That's what we were
You guys
scared
would have
of.
got cancelled along with Alhan, because you know Alhan, he doesn't have
And
no
then the
He
filter.
held it down
He
though.
was live. He was trying to hold it down very hard.
Oh, so he didn't. So he's seeing it pop up in the comment
Live.
section of the live.
Live.
And did he address it at all, or did he just ignore
No.
it? All
But
the
they
comments
just-
must have
yeah.
been saying that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also you have to be careful, because imagine if people were just saying it to say it,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't actually true.
Exactly.
It's funny because when I was at BBC, they used to say to us, "Yo, if the Queen passes, don't announce that. That ain't your degree. That ain't your."
Yeah. That's a
You
whole
act
different.
like that didn't happen, and you continue to do your little
Your
tiny
thing.
show.
Really?
Because imagine the first time on BBC, Sideman drops that.
And imagine that, a black man drops that the Queen dies.
Yeah. There's like, yeah.
That would be like life-changing.
Yeah, so nah.
Wow.
Just about the day when the Queen passed, what were the conversations behind the scenes about how you're going to do the rollout now, knowing that? Because obviously that's a media storm that's going to continue long after the day.
It was a
We
lot.
just
Yeah.
had to humble ourselves.
Yeah, it was a lot of to be confirmed.
Oh my days, TBCs and
yeah,
that.
a lot
Bare
of those.
TVCs.
That must have been so annoying, because you guys have been away for a while. You haven't put, you know what I mean? This is your project. Your project's coming back, and then boom, that happens.
It was unfortunate for sure.
Yeah, because I can't imagine what it must feel like. But when the musician's coming back, they must be like, okay, we gotta come back. This is the day we're coming back. And it's like you almost have to muster up the bravery to say, all right, cool, we're going to see if we're cold. We're going to see if they still like us. We've just done new music. We don't know what they're going to feel about it. You finally build up that courage, and now it's just like, no, sit
it's
down
on
and wait.
pause. How's it been for you guys? Dropping the mixtape, being back together, putting out new music.
Your
How's it
girls are
feeling?
shining right now, you know.
Do you know what?
Cold.
Sorry. I just I got sidetracked there.
Guys, are you guys zooming in on this? Like, I don't know what the camera, but I don't know, but it's like here.
Some
Yeah,
people,
it's-
you can't really tell when they've glowed up or when more money's in their bank account. But Zeze will let you know.
What's going on?
Like literally, she will, every single time there's a level up, there's going to be a new boot.
But also, these are just gems. It's just gems. You know, like the tooth gems.
Okay.
That's it. It was fine.
But they
I
look
wanted-
good. They look good.
I got them because I had a fantasy in life that I wanted to lick grills. Like I had a fantasy that I wanted to lick. You know, like when you guys
What, in
were
your own mouth
grill,
or
you
someone
mean?
like
else's?
someone else's grill.
Okay.
So I was just like, I want people to have that fantasy when they see me. Like I want them to look at me and be like, I want to lick her grill.
Can I
Do
say
you know what I'm
something? I had this dream that when we came back to the podcast, we would like really elevate the conversations into things that are really like, you know, a bit more like mature and stuff like that.
How did you guys feel though about bringing out new music? Was you guys worried? Anticipation?
Yeah, I was kind of like, had mad anxiety about people hearing this project after so long and what they're going to think, what are they still going to mess with us? Like, so much things was going through my head personally, but what about you lot?
What about you guys?
Nah, I'm always excited to just release music. For me, I've experienced the exact same things in terms of anxiety and all that. But I feel like in this industry, you either gotta just block that shit out or
or else
game
you'll
over.
paralyze you kind of thing. You
Yeah,
won't.
man.
Defo.
You won't be able to move.
Yeah.
What about the pandemic, which kind of forced everybody to stop? Do you feel like the effects of that carried on even after things kind of opened up, where it was like dipping your toe in water, trying to see when is the right time to release yourself to the world? Or was it like as soon as now we're free, we're going back, we're doing shows, we're doing everything?
I think everything slowly came back, but it was very slow. Like even when things started opening back up, the streets were just empty. As the festival season started with like Wireless and all that, everything started coming back in, and then everyone started doing their shows and stuff. And I feel like it's getting better now, and it's only gonna get better than that. So
For the people that don't know, when did you guys first come onto the scene? What year was it?
2015.
15, yeah.
2015. Gosh, my gosh, that feels like it. Do you know what though?
That feels like it should be the other day. Man.
No, literally.
Yeah,
You were saying the other day.
Oh my gosh, that's like 7,
Nearly
8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Mad, innit?
Because I still remember when you first came out. And I guess that's testament to you guys, because even when they still play Into You, everyone still goes mad. How does that feel? Are you proud? Like 8 years ago, did you still think you still were going to be here?
Oh, man.
Nah, I don't know, man. I didn't really think about
Them times was very much living in the moment.
Right. Yeah.
Literally.
Tomorrow, you don't even know what's happening. You don't
Because
know.
it happened just when I say out of the blue, we put the song out, give it to Target played it, and then literally about a week or two later, everything's going crazy. Labels up and down the high street. We had to kind of catch up to what was really happening. We wasn't ready for what was happening at the time.
When you have a song that transcends time, like Into, and like it will always play, what does that mean to your career? I've always wanted to ask artists that have one of those, or 2 of those, or 3 of those. Like, what does that do, and how does it affect your career?
For a long time, I used to be like, for flip's sakes, like, why do you still have to perform this song?
Oh my gosh.
But
Same.
now, when I still see people singing it, I kind of appreciate it, and it shows like what that song, how it impacted people, and it always brings them back to a moment every time they hear that song. So I just give thanks now, man. You just have to appreciate it.
So obviously you guys went through You Are a 3, and then there was a 2 at the moment, but you still were technically a 3 because you had gone away for a little while. Was you ever scared at any point where you was like, oh my God, are they going to get tired of this? No, you never felt like that?
Never. There was times when I would hit them and say, just like, you lot crack on, because there's no comeback for me in this.
Right.
And it was them that was keeping my spirits up, you get me? So I never once thought they'd leave it dead, or they're going to crack on without me, because they're my family, you get me, at the end of the day. And it's the 3 of us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And if that was the case, I feel like it would have been a thing where they would have just gone off and done their own things. They wouldn't have carried on Western
Okay, all right.
as them two. Do you know what I mean? But for them to keep it going, and I say it to this day, and the love I got for these two is crazy. It's a different kind of respect.
Whole lot of love, man.
Whole lot of love. It's different, man. It's
How
different.
much love? Let me ask you a question.
David is all. Look, David's going to come with a scenario. So say Ireland came to you and said,
Nah.
you're going to have 10 mil, but not.
Nothing mad
Look,
like-
you're,
nah,
always gonna,
no-
you always come with these weird scenarios, testing everyone's.
Nothing mad like that.
Okay, go on.
Are you Eskimo brothers?
What the hell is that?
You never heard of Eskimo brothers?
Sounds like some fruity stuff. I don't know.
I'm the only person that knows what Eskimo brothers. Let me try to explain it in a palatable
I thought
way.
you meant like you'd like kiss each other on the nose.
No!
What's this?
Is that what you mean? I don't-
All right. Okay, let's say you and Zeze were close.
We are
And now
close.
you and Zeze
Oh,
are
so he's
close.
basically saying, do you share girlfriends? Is this it?
Girlfriends is a strong word.
Or share girls? Does this happen?
Nah, man.
Look at them.
It's like...
No, basically, we're not Eskimo, bro.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about.
I wasn't done with that.
No, because we are done with that. Like, you always want to care.
No, let me ask one more question about the Into. I think you know how they have artists where sometimes when they did a song originally, they had a label situation where they didn't own the song fully or rated it. If you had to record certain songs from back in the day again, do you think you could record it and make it sound exactly the same?
Yeah.
You think?
Not exactly
I
the
don't
same.
know.
I don't
know, actually. I don't know.
think I'd deliver even better. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, you think it'd actually be better if you re-recorded it?
Yeah,
now?
it'd definitely be different.
I feel like it is what it is, and that encapsulates the moment and the essence
Yeah.
of that time. But if we're talking like sonically and like cadence and confidence, then yeah, better.
Okay, fair.
How would you guys describe your sound? Would you say you're
Feel good.
Feel good. You don't want to like group it in, because there's always obviously these conversations about Western and NSG and all these type of things and whatnot. What your sound is, what their sound is. I couldn't put I couldn't say exactly what you guys are.
I couldn't, to be fair. Because I just feel like we do everything.
Right.
Every sound. And
Do you think you guys are appreciated as much as you should be? Do you think you're giving your flowers? Honestly, go on.
Look, I feel like, a lot of things.
You know, he's about to get sick of this.
No, real talk. Check it, yeah. I feel like I will speak for everybody, but 100% I speak for myself. I don't feel like when it comes to all that clout stuff and trying to be in the mix of socials and all of that kind of stuff, man, that's not really the type of time man's been on. So I feel like it may look like things ain't popping or things ain't happening, but like we still travel the world. We still like it's still like real love, and we
Love
still
for you.
like it's still. If you check the numbers, like there's still a lot of stuff going on.
Does
But
that,
I
because
don't know.
you have traveled the world. You've been to Kenya, Toronto, St. Lucia. You man are like doing the damn thing.
You know that when you say that, I am actually kind of sick of the scene and how small-minded it is in terms of core. I won't call it core audience because I feel like that's the wrong word. Initial audience, you know, we start up we're in our own community, within our own culture. And then we have a view of our culture that is attached to social media presence. So we think that people aren't going on with anything if
Unless
we
they
don't see it and if we don't love it. And it really, really annoys me because it's so small-minded. That will limit your thinking in general. That will have you chasing social media clout that will probably might even ruin your music later because people can now they find it impossible to divorce you from the present because in the social media era, especially for people that are quote unquote gangster, they found the transition tough. Man says something to you disrespectful on road, you're either gonna say or do something back. Now people are disrespecting you on social media. We've seen a lot of people that, you know, said there was tough people on social media
The
spelling
internet's
things wrong.
undefeated, you know, trust me, you can't mess with the internet.
Yeah,
trust me.
grammatically incorrect and that, or getting the sentence wrong, or you don't know what I'll do. It's like, if you say you don't know what I'll do on social media, you just sound dumb every single time. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's just like, you could be out there trying to chase that and actually ruin things. But in our community, a lot of the times, you feel like that. But if I was an artist, that might affect me. Because if I'm looking in the comment section and everybody's like, oh, these man ain't whatever no more, or these man this or these man that, I might go chasing after the people that ain't even supporting me no more.
Have you guys ever felt the pressure to do more stuff on socials? I think that you guys are really, really good and I love you guys and what you're about, but I always feel like I don't know you guys, if that makes sense. Like I don't know Louis, I don't know Hailey, I don't know Akel, I don't know you individually. And I think like what Dave is saying, although that is annoying sometimes, that is the world that we're living in. So do you ever feel like, okay, maybe I need to do a bit more social stuff, maybe, you know?
Yeah,
Louis pops out every now and again with
once
a
in a
little
while.
video and says,
I know, bearing all his chest and all the girls like, oh my God, Louis,
Relax, you
with the
gotta
deep
relax.
voice, so much.
No, but yeah, man, feel the pressure for sure. But like, I don't know, man. Like, man, jump into it and then it's just like
it's long, innit?
Yeah, bro, it's long, man.
It's
like
long.
me personally, bro, it's just long, bro.
Feels like a separate job.
Right, yeah.
Feels like a whole separate
So
job.
have you ever had the pressure where they're like, oh, you need to do more TikToks and that, man? Like,
Yeah.
how do you approach that? I've been seeing rappers do some TikToks that have shocked me.
Yeah, bro.
From the office, I've never believed in you.
I know.
I've never posted on TikTok ever.
I know, I do. I find it really weird when I see them do stuff like, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know what's happening.
I've been trying to get these up to do TikTok.
He's been
I
love
feel like if
TikTok.
anyone out of the,
But you like, I feel like you liked music was the type of music that would work on TikTok.
Yeah, no, for
That's the
sure,
thing. You
for
gotta
sure.
you man have to put on your dancing shoes, brother. See,
Nah,
telling them.
lie, bro. Nah.
1-2 step, I'm telling them.
I feel like, Akel, you're the person that would get everyone on TikTok. You seem like the most.
Definitely.
I've been trying.
Are you the most outgoing out of the three?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think so.
TikTok would work for you lot's music, definitely.
So Western season 3, what does it sound like for the people that haven't yet listened to it? What can they expect? Give us all the lowdown.
I like how Louis answers this question.
It's sonically evolved in terms of the way it sounds. Obviously, it's always a feel good factor in it, and I feel like Western embodies bringing light to darkness because it's a given, innit? We all come from a real place, innit? And everybody knows that. And if you're around us, you know what is the real life of it, innit? But that's not what we're always portraying. It's very much feel good vibes. Speaking for people that just want to, you know what I'm saying, see the good and just enjoy themselves with the realness.
You see, when you say like feel good music, right? Do you ever worry? Because I love a feel good music, but I realize at the moment, I feel like it's coming back.
When we came out,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
when we came out, we was being put on like grind bills and that. It would be like mad music and then Western. Like,
Trying to get a power.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
The bills was crazy
feel
that we was turning
but
up on.
I don't know, like good music always lasts, and we get very caught up in the moment and like how things look now, and things get mad views and all like 24 hours and that. But how many people's really
Listening
like
to that 5 years
replaying it?
later.
How many people are still getting excited about have songs where people, when it still comes on in the club, everyone's like, I never has it come and I'm like, oh God, here we go again. This was like, oh yes, this was, do you know what I mean? Yeah, you guys do. Because I hear it less than you, but that's true. That's basically what you're saying. It's testament to it.
I was in Brum, yeah. I was gonna ask you, man, what's the shortest set you've ever done? Do you man come Brum and do 2 songs and watch that?
Oh no, wait, what time was that?
I can't remember where we was.
I'll tell you, there was an even shorter one in Brum. We walked in and walked out.
Literally. Because them man is like, oh yeah, Western's gonna be like, all right, cool, I know them, man. So I'm on stage now beside him, and I marched through to make it to the stage, you know. Them man did 2 songs, and I was like, no, surely not. And I was like, maybe that's what the budget stretched.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Baby.
I love Brum though, but it's a mad place, bro. I do love Brum though.
So you did another set that same night?
No, but I'm saying another time we went to Brum, and it was just in and out.
You've rather travelled to another city and did 1 song and left?
Yeah, for sure.
Where's your favourite place that you've performed, like city?
In England?
Or anywhere in the world?
Africa, if we're talking out of the country.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, the energy is different, man. It's real electric and it's real.
In Nigeria, for me.
Yeah, it puts things into perspective. It's just
Really?
different, man.
Very different out there still.
Yeah.
So what's the love life saying then?
Yeah, nothing. When I see him come in with that top that says wholesome, I realise we're going to get nothing from him.
Wait, like, when I say love life, everyone looks at me like I'm talking a different language. Like,
No, go on. No, I like your realness. I love your realness.
Okay, well, so what's the love life saying?
Not much, I'll be honest, you know.
No, okay.
No, real talk.
Why not?
I don't know, man.
Well,
Have any of you got kids?
Yeah, I got kids.
I feel like this question would have been good like 7-8 years ago when you guys just came into it. But now you are bored. You're bored of all the girls. You're just like, oh, here we go. Yeah, fine.
I don't believe that.
No, I do. I think they grow out of it.
You think that, yeah, but it takes... No, I do think men grow out of it, but it takes us a really long time.
They've been doing it
you're
for
very
8
smart,
years.
man. Yeah, you're very intellectual. I see how you go on Instagram. You know, yeah, and real recognize real, bro. And I'm at a place in my life now, me personally, where it's just like all that noise is long, bro. Like real
That's what I'm saying.
talk.
They've been here for 8 years. Do you know how boring it would get? Like the guys now, they're gassed because it's all like, oh my god, like all these girls want me.
But this is how men get bored. They still say come through, but they're bored. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's all still happening. But do you get what I'm saying? That's how a man get bored. Like, can't even be bothered, man, but let me text her. Do you get what I'm saying? She's still coming, but I'm bored of this. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, it don't give the same thrill, but all the things that were occurring are still occurring. I think it's about being with somebody that understands.
Yeah, 100%.
You know why? Because you look like you're having fun, right? I've left you at home. I'm out. Picture this, picture that. I'm mentioned in the story, all happy. You're like, I'm sitting home bored. You're out there happy. I'm being paid to look happy as well, you know. Like people have to remember that our jobs look fun.
They do.
That's an issue for people.
That's why I'm gonna find it.
That's overlooked.
Because you're trying to make them feel like you're sad that you're going. It's like, oh, I'd love to stay, but I gotta go. No, you wouldn't love to stay because I'm gonna see a bunch of stories that make it look like you're very. So sometimes it's hard to make them believe that. You know what I mean? It's tough, man.
No, it is. I have that trouble.
But
What, with your man?
I don't have a man.
Exactly. So you don't have trouble with your cat?
With your mans?
With Dave?
You sure?
No, as in I don't have that. I have that trouble. As in I think that's why it's hard for me to settle down because it looks like I'm out all the time having fun.
Having fun,
but I'm not. Do you know, well, I am having fun, but I'm not out. It's not social. Do you get why? They don't understand that you have to be out. Why are you laughing, Lou? Why are you laughing?
I got so much love for you.
No, but it's true. So it's hard.
Yeah.
For you, Zeze.
I don't want to be single though.
Neither do I. I don't want to be single either.
Yeah.
See it right there, nigga? Yeah.
I don't want to be a player.
Hint.
Yeah.
I know it makes sense if you both don't want to be single.
You see what I'm saying?
And you need somebody that understands the industry. Like
get it?
You go out and have...
The two I don't understand
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all makes sense. All right, but yeah. So what else have you guys got coming up? What plans do you have for the future?
Got a tour in January.
All right.
Manchester, Birmingham, London. Actually, we're doing bare places.
Yeah, there's loads more places, but the tickets are out now. So
do you guys still enjoy touring and all that?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
no problem,
Say it's
man.
easy. Nah, but come to our show still.
Yeah, man really love touring.
No,
Obviously,
it's
we ain't really
like-
been able to, like, it's been so long, so yeah, like, that's real
the
fun.
journey
man.
to traveling with each other is sick. Like, and
Yeah,
I
I can
always
imagine
think
that's
if it
dope.
was like just one artist, obviously he can bring his brethrens, whatever,
Yeah.
but like going on the stage together.
And you all
doing-
understand.
That's
You know what I'm
different.
saying? You can bring a brethren.
So back to the brother thing as well, yeah. Like, see, we've shared moments here that you can't explain to nobody else. No one can't fathom certain things that we've experienced together because we was there. Like, so, like, yeah, it's real deep.
Do you know how much Galley's gonna get off saying fathom?
Did I say fathom? Sorry, I didn't even realise I said that. Hey, listen, I'm not even trying. Listen, you're the smart man.
You just said fathom.
Sometimes I go Google some of the words you be saying on Instagram. I'm like, what this guy talking about? Yeah.
All right, then, people, make some noise for Western.
So in a recent interview with Howard Stern, 21 Savage said that he might be the greatest rapper ever from the UK, and Drake agreed, calling him the pride of London. And there was a bit of backlash from a few of us over here.
What do you think about that?
You know that whole thing, the whole interview, all that stuff is fake.
Yeah.
The whole rollout thing is fake.
It wouldn't need to be fake for me to not take that seriously.
I was just saying it was fake.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's like 21 Savage says he's the greatest rapper out of the UK. And you actually let that trigger you. We gotta start policing our triggers, bruv. Like,
I know, but I feel like
can't be everything.
I feel it's Gen Z. I'm just blaming everything on Gen Z because who would, like you said, who would actually believe that?
Nah, there's some big old crusty man in comment section
saying that.
No, bruv, how can you say that?
But they must know that he's trolling. If 21 Savage was being serious, or maybe he is, whatever he is doing, if he's not, would you agree with him? Would you say
he's a contender?
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Why? So who would you?
I have to take that back. I have to take that back
Why?
because if you're talking about lyricism, I actually think we have the greatest in the world.
Who?
I think Wretch 32 is probably, you put Wretch 32 in there, put Gets in there, put Kano in there. Who's the American artist that they're going to say? They're going to say Jay-Z. They're going to say Nas. They're going to say these people. If you're talking about straight bars, not maybe influence and impact worldwide, but if you're talking about just bars, them people stack up and go beyond.
It's true, but people don't care about that anymore.
Yeah.
People only care about, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a hard 21 Savage person, if I'm being honest with you. What I see of him, I like him as a person. He, like, when I've watched interviews with him, he seems quite mature, or he's matured and he's humbled. He's humble and he understands the game and he understands, you know, how it works and all those kind of things. So when I hear his interviews, I kind of like him.
That's the British in him?
You think so?
There's got to be a reason why he moves a little bit more humble than his peers. And I think it's because, like, for instance, I think wherever you grew up, wherever you've lived, it becomes a part of you.
Right.
When I was in school over here, I did feel like just the time that I spent in Jamaica made me a little bit different from my peers. I don't know how, but it just made me, there's certain things that you attach anywhere you've been. I feel like me coming to live in London for a bit and then going back to Brum has made me a little bit different. So
yeah, when you was in London, you was a bit more cooler. Do you know what I mean? You was a little more, things were happening. Do you know what I mean? Now I've just realised that in Brum, like, all you do is just build things in your house, and there's like this weird, like, cinema.
Happiness is the word that you're looking for.
Like fishes and like swans and oh my God. But also I want to say thank you because David looked after my mum.
Oh snap, Zeze's mum was at my yard.
For the Olympics,
Zeze's
for the
mum
Commonwealth.
was at my drum.
All right, chill out, man. He's all like, Zeze's mum was at my yard. Pause.
She slept. Fast forward, but we pause it for like, let that run, let that sentence run, and take it however. Shade Barrow, now is your time. No, I'm joking. But yeah.
No, he's looked after my mum, and she really enjoyed it. My mum went to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and David.
And she didn't want to fork out on hotel, so she stayed at my yard.
I know, my mum is so like, people go, what? You couldn't pay for your mum's hotel, you know? Well, you gonna let stay at David's house? And I was just,
people in the comments be me like, "What's it? You ain't bought your mum 5 houses yet? What are you playing at?"
No, my mum bought me one instead.
There you go.
Big old flex. You see what I mean?
There you go.
You know
what else
I mean?
has been happening? Skepta fake designer brands. Are fake designer brands now the trend? Will it catch on? Because Skepta says that the faker the Gucci, the better, and swears by his collection of counterfeit Gucci.
To be anything Skepta says is right. Skepta could say that, you know, we can't wear Gucci anymore, and I would throw all my Gucci things out because whatever Skeppy says, Skeppy's right.
Well, as a more objective being.
Do you know what's so funny though? The other day, I was somewhere and this guy, he had a Gucci hat on, and I couldn't help but look at him and be like, I wonder if that's fake Gucci.
Yeah.
Because of all the stuff that Skepta did.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's so mad? This is when people try to say that our culture or hip-hop culture or our culture is not influential when we talk about music. The fact that now everyone's did you see him like reposting everyone on his story that were like, fake Gucci, fake. Then Clint did it, who does all the Cortez stuff. He was like, fake Gucci's the best. And I'm like, the way that everyone now is saying like fake Gucci is sick. That's how influential. Skepta basically said, wear fake Gucci, only wear fake Gucci, and everyone's happy to wear fake Gucci.
What I like about it is what he's really saying is that the design is better. That's really what he's saying. He's saying, forget the word Gucci on the label. He's saying the clothes, the way they look, it bangs more. And I think for a long time, for a bit there, fashion was about who said it was cool, not about how it looked.
Yeah, but also, I think also what he's saying as well is that, because on his story, he says something about, like, you can't play us, as in don't use our culture, make it a thing, and then now, do you know what I mean? Like we make your shit cool. Like we make Gucci cool. But we made it a thing.
We are the ones that allow them to do that. And this kind of goes on to the next topic, who this guy needs time because he could branch off to so much. Kanye West.
Right.
Kanye West complains about deals he signed.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, right,
It's like literally, and I feel like there was a time we could do that. It's not in the last 5 years, because all we talk about, what rapper hasn't said, the label messed me up, I signed a bad deal. We've heard this over and over again. Like, Yeezys didn't come into invention 20 years ago.
Nope.
It's recent enough that, and he's famous enough, rich enough, has enough lawyers that he should know what he signed. I'm really tired of people signing deals and then complaining after. And I just want to say one more thing on that. Nothing that Kanye West said is special. How many times have we heard rappers complain about labels? Or people in the industry complaining about people that are above them? About what he did that made it different was be anti-Semitic. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the only thing that made it different. If he had come out and said, listen, some of these labels don't treat us right, he'd be saying the same thing without being discriminatory. And that's my issue with it. People think Kanye West has said magical things.
I know,
when he said very basic things that people say all the time. Kanye West, though.
We can all agree that he's gone very much downhill.
No, we cannot all agree.
What?
We agree.
Oh, right. No.
In the comment section.
Yeah,
people have started GoFundMes.
I could
to
not
make Kanye West a billionaire again.
I could not believe
Pay
that.
your rent.
That's when I saw that, I said, and you know what pisses me off about this whole thing, is that Kanye will disrespect us again as black people. And we will all start crying again. We'll say that we're done with him, and then we'll go and buy all his stuff again. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. People are about Kanye West like you are about Skepta.
What? They just turn a blind eye to everything.
Yeah. Just turn a blind eye. If Kanye said it must be right.
No. I think but that's what happens when you're that powerful, and that's why there's this repercussions that have happened. But with Kanye, to be fair with you, I've kind of kept quiet about this whole Kanye thing because Kanye doesn't know how to articulate himself properly when he's going through whatever he's going through. I think he's very good at making us think what he's doing is for us.
It's for him.
And it's for him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where I don't like that, because you literally said all these things about George Floyd. And also, I can't support someone that continuously just like shits on black women all the time. And I feel like he does that a lot. There's been too many times where he's called out black women, like that woman from Vogue when she basically pulled him up on some of the stuff that he said. He posted her on his story, he put up her shoes, he did all these things. You know what I mean? You've got so many people following you, and you chose to put a black woman on your platform and like basically, you know, like take the piss out of her so people can laugh at her. Do you get what I mean? But you're supposed to be for us. He always just seems to be coming for black women all the time. To me, it's quite disappointing. It's sad. I think the whole situation is very sad. At this point, I'm just a bit like, ew.
Yeah, I'm more annoyed by Kanye supporters than I am by Kanye.
For like enabling his behavior.
Not even just the enabling, it's so easy to get people these days. People love disruption. And anything they see disruptive, they cling to it because they hate the way things are. They hate the way the world works because it hasn't worked for them. Fair enough. That don't mean that everything disruptive is good.
Right.
People love when somebody's saying something that they shouldn't be able to say, no matter how dumb or nonsensical it is. It's why people like the Hulk. They don't want to see a hero with sense. They want to see somebody just lay waste to everything around them and watch it all burn. And when we don't let it burn, they'll say we sold out.
Right.
Have you been called a sellout at all recently?
Because the thing is, it's just, but this is the thing. You signed those contracts. You knew if all these things were such a problem, why are you only making a fuss now when you're not getting your own way?
Yeah.
So that lets me know it's nothing to do with us as a people. Yeah. Oh, as black people, we need this.
Let me ask you a question. When a brand comes to you, and offers you so much money for doing something that even you feel like, I don't even deserve this for what they're asking me to do. Do you say to them, you know what, I don't think you should pay me that much. You should actually pay me less because I don't think it's actually worth it. Or do you take the money and say, yay?
There's been times when I've said no because I just didn't think it was for me.
It's something you're willing to do and they're paying you an exorbitant amount. Do you not just be like, yeah, thank you?
Yeah, I take it.
Because that's business.
Right.
So they are supposed to try to mess you over in the contract. They're not your friend. They want,
exactly.
your work for as little as possible.
Right.
It's as simple as that. It's your job to understand your value.
And also, if he was we'll move on, but if he was so over the establishment, then why did you rock up to Skechers? You were so over the establishments. You don't care about the establishment. They trying to do
He
this.
loves the establishment.
If Skechers gave you enough money, you would have signed that deal as well. So it's not about any of the things that he wants to. Anyway, enough about Kanye. Let's talk about somebody else.
Yes.
One of my favorite people, Stormzy. So Stormzy and Adidas have announced Murky FC, which is a new collaboration. It's basically championing careers dedicated to boosting diversity in the football industry, but more behind the scenes, I believe. So not for actual footballers, but for people behind the scenes, because as we know, there's not really, I don't think there's one black football manager. Is there? Is there one?
I don't know. I'm not that into football.
Is there? I don't think there is. I don't think there's anyway, there's not a lot. Anyway, I think that's really good. But you know me, I love Stormzy. I think
Stormzy's back, man. Stormzy's back.
I know. I think anything Stormzy does is always done deliberately, and I think he does it with thought behind it. He knows what he's doing. I also think
he does things with very good intentions.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because a lot of the things that Stormzy does on face value, they're not the things that would bring the most quote unquote clout. This football thing, it's a great thing, but it feels like more something somebody would do because they want to. When he does murky books, these things that he does to open doors for other people, I actually find them to be well intended. The
reason why I think it's great is because the other people are deliberately just black people, if that makes sense. He is for black people. And that's what I do really admire about him. And I think he said it in his interview with Louis Theroux, he's like unapologetically black. So I understand that other communities might have struggle, but I know within the black community we have a lot of struggle, so I'm going to help my people, do you know what I mean, first and foremost. And that's what I always respect about him. So big up to, I wonder if I could, maybe I'll become a football manager.
Or you stay in your lane.
Oh yeah, true. So before we dip, remember to check out all the new releases this week across the +44 playlist on Amazon Music.
This week sees new releases from Stormzy, Wizkid, Avelino and loads more. As well as the main +44 playlist, we also have the +44 R&B playlist, the +44 rap playlist and the +44 Afro playlist.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram at +44UK, where you can see snippets of this podcast, exclusive content and stay up to date with all the new music releases.
You have been listening to the +44 podcast from Amazon Music with me, Sideman.
And me, Zeze Millz.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.
So basically, Mondays it's exclusively on Amazon Music, and then Fridays everywhere else.
Isn't that what I just said?
+44 podcast is produced by So Incredible with Wondery and Amazon Music. Your hosts were Zeze Millz and Sideman. Audio engineered by Nathan Cooper. Filmed and edited by Marcus Accent. Photography by Naomi Koji Payton. The podcast is filmed on location at Fiction Studios. The executive producer for So Incredible was Harry Anthony. The executive producers for Wondery and Amazon Music were Kamal Mehmetlu, Richard Knight, Jessica Radburn, and Marshall Louis. Thanks to Weston for joining us this week, and thanks to you for listening.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts,
or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.